Here's a Sunday Super 66 update. Radiator was sent off to shop to get cleaned, pressure tested, make sure it was good to go. That should be done this week. The carb should be done this week. That got dropped off a week and a half ago. I didn't want to deal with it. That was such a rusty mess. And the head is off, getting a valve job cleaned up. The only thing that we're held up on now, or some parts, is an overhaul kit. So this tractor actually had an overbore in it. Somebody was in this before, and they were somewhat organized because they must have fit all the rings and stuff. You see them 3 punch marks. They had them all these, each a piston assigned to its own cylinder, so that's a good sign. But there's stock overbore or stock bore kits available, meaning that they would be the same displacement, same flat top pistons that the tractor came with. This tractor came as a 3.5 inch bore, 3 3/4 stroke. Somebody had put in the overbore with the turbo domes. So they increased the diameter of the bore to 3 3/4. So in stock form, this tractor was 144 cubes. With that overbore kit, I punched it in the cubic inch calculator. It would have been, or is, 165 cubes. And they add, a decent amount of power to it. The other thing, it used to be M&W. Here's an old piston out of a 880. Same thing, you can see the same design, directional. They put this dome on it to fill space in the cylinder head to raise the compression. So this was an overbore with a high compression kit in it. M&W hasn't been around for a while. It used to be Power Seal. So these are old. These don't say M&W on them anywhere, so I'm guessing this is a Power Seal kit, same design. But I was told that they haven't made these in 10 years or longer. And I think Corv's Oliver is in the process of having these remanufactured. They bought the rights to them. So we want to stick with an overbore and have more power. Can't get the kits, can't get 3 3/4 inch liners. So still looking, and that's why I haven't ordered anything yet. In fact, I started cleaning these up. If I could even find liners, I think we could hone them and put these back together. They're in pretty good shape. Bearings weren't bad. The sleeves don't have real big ridges in them, but these liners are absolutely terrible. Let's see if I can get in here with the camera. Tons of pitting. Concentric circles too, where it was froze. So these are junk. But for some of you guys, realize you might not have even know what wet sleeve, dry sleeve, or what the differences are. So I'll just quick walk over it quick. So the Waukesha's, this is a really good design. Other tractors do the same thing. Basically, when you have a high hour and you need an overhaul, instead of having to pull the block, have it machined and wear it out and continually go up 10,000, 20,000s, eventually you'll use it up. They have sleeves, liners, that actually fit in the block. And wet means that they have coolant around it, so you can see that all the coolant passages, holes in the head, and then here's one with a liner in place. So what it does is it has a taper on the end with O-rings, and then it has a ridge up here, like a shelf that kind of holds it in the block. So when you drop these in, it's like a press fit, and it seals in on the bottom, and then you use the clamping force of the head to hold it in place so it never moves and never leaks water in the oil. I got one left to pull, and I think I'll show you how that goes. We have a homemade puller, and this is what would be considered an in-frame overhaul, meaning that you're leaving it in the tractor chassis without pulling the whole engine out. And they have different kits that cater to the amount of gaskets you need and stuff. It's a homemade sleeve puller. This piece goes on the bottom, catches across the diameter. And then this piece here, you got to make sure that these straddle the edge of it, and then you keep cranking the bolt, or the nut rather, and it puts twisting force and it'll pull it up. First one's kind of a pain, but once you get another liner out, you can usually reach through. You can see the liner now, it's popped up. Of course, the one I filmed is a little stubborn. There we go. Fresh liner, freshly pulled. Ugh, gross. This one's gonna need a little clean out. A lot of crud in there. But yeah, see right through. I gotta inspect the journals on the crank a little better, but so far all the bearings I've seen on all the rods has been pretty good. I didn't realize it when I was filming that my camera equipment was slowly drifting. Reason being is I used a jack handle to stick my gimbal in. Other things on the repair list. This is that front nose piece that holds the radiator in. You can see, make it focus, cracked on that mount. This mount's completely busted. So I'll have to brace that up, get the rust out, weld it up. Yeah, refreshing change to do some metal work instead of being greasy all the time. Got a lot of cleanup to do. Chase and tap threads. And if I can't find a kit, overbore kit or some liners by halfway through this week, I'll probably just have to order the standard bore just so we can get moving on this thing, get the gaskets and everything. Got some pieces to clean and paint. That's my update.